Hello. It is a beautiful, cold Wisconsin day. It's snowy and it's frosty, and I am rugged up inside in a heated room. It is really nice. I'm actually in a yoga studio office right now, so that explains kind of the random chairs and whatnot behind me. But I wanted to take this opportunity while we just had some really nice light outside to talk to you guys about my journey with health and with food, and just to chat about like what I think can be the healthiest and cheapest and easiest way for an actor or creative person to eat, because that's going to be my topic for January. I just want to really delve into healthy eating. What does healthy eating look like? How can we do it? How can we make it affordable? What are some great easy recipes that we can use? And I'm tailoring it towards creative types and artists and people living a creative lifestyle where you move around a lot and you've got a crazy schedule, because I think that those circumstances, they're really interesting to me because I'm an actor and a creative person, and I think they require kind of slightly different approaches. Like you don't have time to always do like a ton of meal prep, or you don't always have time to kind of prepare all your meals right then and there fresh in the kitchen, and then sometimes you've got budgetary concerns going on, especially if you're like a in front of the camera person, or you're a singer, or if you're behind the camera, obviously you have those issues too, but it's definitely very difficult if you're like an actor or a singer or a model or freelancing of any kind. Your budget can fluctuate a lot. It can be feast or famine. And so I want to just talk about really affordable ways to eat healthy, easy ways to eat healthy, and how to do that as an actor. And then I also just wanted to talk to you guys a bit about the way that I eat and what I think is actually healthy, kind of before I dive into it, because I think in the later videos I'm going to be doing more specific videos about like how to grocery shop like this, or recipes to make. And so I wanted to kind of do like an introduction, because I think you'll notice as you watch more videos on my channel that everything I cook is vegan. I cook plant foods, whole plant foods. And so I wanted to talk a bit about that, why I do that, why I think it's healthy, and kind of how I came to this place, I guess. So without further ado, I officially went vegan in May of 2018, but I had slowly been transitioning to a plant-based diet from about December 2017. So it was about a 6-month process. December, January, February, March. Yeah, about a 6-month process. And the reason it took that long is because I wanted to do my research. I came at it from an environmental perspective, where I wanted to learn how to live a more eco-friendly lifestyle. And the more research I did, the more I discovered that the way I ate actually had the biggest impact on the environment as it is. And I just realized how much land animals take, how much water, how many animals we even breed on the planet. Like we kill 70 billion animals every year for food, which is crazy, and takes up so much of our food resources, so much of our water resources and our land resources, because they wouldn't breed naturally that way in the wild. We actually forcefully impregnate them to get that numbers so that we can eat meat and have dairy products. And so that made me start kind of cutting back on my meat intake. I didn't cut it out completely at the time because I had just been taught growing up that I needed animal protein, that I needed dairy for my bones. Like I'd grown up with all of that stuff, and so it took a while for me to work out if it was healthy or not, and to kind of explore that and lay aside my own biases and all that stuff. So the next 2 months for me kind of like cutting back on my meat, and I already wasn't eating dairy because it upset my stomach, And I already wasn't eating eggs because I'd eaten them every single day for a year, and even the sight or smell of an egg would make me want to throw up. So it was just really meat that I was still eating. And I cut it down to like, I think it was like every other day or something. And then I discovered a bunch of plant-based doctors like Dr. Neil Barnard, Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Colin Campbell and his son, Dr. McDougall, just all these different plant-based doctors who were well researched, had spent years of their life dedicated to nutritional research and actually knew what they were talking about. Because believe it or not, most doctors, when they just get a GP, they have such a bare minimum of nutritional education. Very little, like, it's ridiculous. It's like one nutritional educational class. It's really, really tiny, and so they don't really fully understand nutrition. And so I found these doctors who actually did understand nutrition, who had studied it and researched it and specialized in nutrition, and they all advocated for a plant-based vegan diet. And I was like, wow. And just the more I explored it, the more I realized that it's actually the best thing you can do for your heart health. It's the way you can actually reverse your diabetes, prevent having diabetes. It lowers your risk of cancer. It helps you lose weight, like just a ton of health benefits. I'm going to link a whole bunch of resources below. I'm not going to dive into all the studies and everything in this video because it's a massive topic, and I feel like I would do it injustice at this point if I tried to explain it all in this one video. But there are a ton of awesome videos that people have compiled full of research that I'm going to link below on the health side of it, the environmental side of it, and also the animal side of it. And then if you're interested, you can actually watch those for yourselves and learn more. And then once I went fully plant-based, I at the time did not call myself vegan because I still was okay with wearing leather or wool. I guess it wasn't that I was okay with it. I honestly just didn't think about it at the time. I didn't realize that was still... I didn't have the education about how this all affected the animals at the time. And so it was once I became fully plant-based and was in like the plant-based vegan community that I learned so much more about how animals are really treated in the industry and just the cruelty that goes on and how many animals we kill every year needlessly when we don't need to eat animals. There's literally not one single nutrient that we need from animals that we can't get from plants. So it's pretty much pointless and needless and just all for like taste, basically, just all for taste and pleasure. And I think when I just made that ethical connection with what the animals go through and what they suffer, and that's when I started calling myself vegan, because I knew that vegan was an ethical decision, not just a food or environmental decision. I knew it was an ethical decision as well. And so before that time, I did not call myself vegan. I was plant-based. But now I definitely identify as vegan because I've just learned so much more about the way animals are treated, and I no longer buy into any other animal industry. Like I buy vegan makeup, and I buy pleather instead of leather, and I try and I stay away from all animal products, not just food. So yeah, so that's my story about going vegan. Obviously I've left links in the description for you guys to find out for yourselves why it's so healthy, but it is like, it's incredible. It's the best thing you can do for your body. And since going vegan, I've had so much more energy. My skin has cleared up. What else? I've lost weight. It's been a really amazing experience. I've never felt better in my life. I've never been able to eat till I was full and not gain a ton of weight. Like, I'm just love eating this way, and I'm just super excited for you guys to explore it and find out about it for yourselves. Now, so that's kind of like the health stuff and all that aside. In terms of why I think it's awesome for creative people, is because it is so affordable, guys. And I know you might think I'm crazy saying this because I know everyone thinks that being vegan is so expensive, but that's only if you buy the super processed, like vegan meats, vegan cheeses. If you live on a whole foods plant-based diet, which is what I do, which is like beans, rice, sweet potatoes, vegetables, fruits. That is like the most nutritious, easiest, fastest, cheapest way that you can eat. And I think it's perfect for anyone living a really busy, freelancing, creative lifestyle. So I'm going to talk more in later videos about how to budget this way. But if you think about it, it makes sense because fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans are the cheapest foods on the planet. It's like 50 cents for a can of beans. Seriously, like, it's crazy. It's awesome. It really is. And my budget has gone down. I think I spent a third of what I spent before on groceries, which is just wild. It's just so crazy. The second reason is because honestly, it is awesome. It's just such a cool way to live in terms of just the easiness of it. Like, I think people think going vegan is really hard, but it's not. It's so convenient. I spend way less time in the kitchen preparing food, so it's quick and it's easy, and there's a tons of recipes that you can do, and I'm going to do a video all about my favorite recipes that I make on a daily basis. And then my fourth reason is because it really does help you get in shape. It's the most nutritious thing for your body. And for actors and models and singers, often we are concerned about the way that we look. We are in an industry where we are our brand. The way we look defines us. People make judgments about whether they want to see us for an audition based on our face. Literally, it's crazy. It's very looks orientated. And even for us creative types who are just like, hey, I'm just in it for the art, we've still got to consider the fact that the way we look does play a part in what we're going to be cast as. Not to say that everyone has to be typically beautiful the way that Hollywood would see it. I think that anyone, any shape, any size, any look can be an actor, can be a creative person, and can find their niche. But if you are having to train for a specific role where you have to be particularly muscular, or you have to be particularly lean, or you have to be in shape, then this is just the ideal way to eat. And so I'm going to talk to you guys a bit about some actors who are vegan and who look awesome, and then also some athletes and bodybuilders who are vegan, just to show you what a vegan diet can do to your body, basically. Okay, so some of the actors who are vegan are Natalie Portman, Miley Cyrus, Rooney Mara, Jessica Chastain, Liam Hemsworth, Benedict Cumberbatch. Those are just a few. There are tons of celebrities that are vegan, and it keeps them in really good shape, which is obviously super helpful when you're training for a specific role, or you just want to keep fit and healthy and active so that you are able to do your job and have enough energy. I think creative jobs take so much energy and so much endurance, and so being able to be in shape is really helpful, I think, just for being a creative person, having that energy on stage, having that endurance when you're filming a 16-hour shoot, being able to do some of your own stunts. Like, being able to do that stuff is so helpful, and I think just only makes you a better actor or a better performer. And then some of the athletes who are vegan, just to show you that not all vegans have to be like skinny. You can gain muscle on a vegan diet. You have Tori Washington, Frank Madrano, Derek Treesize, Anne-Marie Campbell, Samantha Sharkey, Chrissy, this one, I can't pronounce her name, Chrissy Carvalho, I think. I'm so sorry. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more self-care videos for actors and creative types. See you soon, guys.